Once upon a time, an affluent man lived in a city. He was a very successful businessman with abundance of wealth, but still he was always worried and restless. One day, he went to meet a sage in his hermitage, which was situated in the forest next to a nearby village. When the man met with the sage, he shared his problem with sage, that he has no shortage of anything, but still he is always worried. The sage heard his problem and replied calmly, "Come tomorrow, I will tell you how to stay happy and worry-free." Next day, the man reached the hermitage of the sage at the same time. He saw that the sage was looking for something outside his hermitage. The person asked, "What are you looking for? May I help you?" The sage replied, "I have lost my ring and I am searching for the same." After hearing this, the person also started searching for ring along with the sage. Even after searching for a long time, the ring was not found. And then the person asked the sage, "Where did your ring fall exactly?" The sage said, "My ring fell in the hut of the hermitage, but it is very dark there, so I am looking for the ring here outside the hut." The person got surprised and asked, "If your ring fell in the hut, then why are you looking out here? How will you find the thing here outside, which is inside there?" The sage smiled and replied, "My dear son, this is the solution to your problem." The person was looking toward sage with curious eyes. The sage continued, "You came with the problem that you have no shortage of anything, but still you are not happy with your life. Happiness is right there inside you, but you are looking for it outside in the materialistic world, money and foreign goods." The sage added with smiling face, "The entire ocean is inside you, but still you are looking for water outside with a spoon. Money or property is important in life, but happiness cannot be bought only with money. Look for the happiness within you. It's there, and you do not need to search for it in the outside world." The rich man was enlightened. The sage had communicated the message in a very powerful way. This worked as food for thought and gave the rich man an opportunity to introspect. He worked on the advice of sage and found the happiness within him. You see, in life, in our life, we often look outside of ourselves for happiness that has always existed within us. In the story, by not telling the person the hidden truth of happiness on his first visit, the sage demonstrated it with an example the next day. The sage taught him that learning from an incident is always more valuable. We are the source of our happiness. Happiness begins within us. Happiness frequently appears to be the result of external factors, but the true source of happiness comes from within you. Everyone has inner happiness, but it is obscured by layers of negative thinking, fears, worries, and anxieties. Inner happiness is inextricably linked to our inner being, our essence. However, we frequently allow various factors to obscure it. Happiness, in reality, is within you, beginning with you and ending with you. Happiness and peace are the two basic characteristics of every soul. You don't have to chase it, climb 1,000 stairs, or learn rocket science to experience it. While many people seek happiness through their wealth, career, money, and success, they are surprised not to find it even when they have a penthouse apartment, overlooking the London Eye next to the Houses of Parliament, and earning 7 figures per year. Happiness is something that we choose for ourselves, and the way we live our lives in accordance with our being. It is not by someone else's rhythm, but rather by our own. Happiness is created by our inner feelings, as well as how we interpret life's events.